In the last video, we talked about what state management actually means, and we looked at four different approaches we can use when managing state in Angular, that is, services, RxJS, signals, and NGRX. Now, I know many tutorials jump straight into NGRX as soon as they hear the word state management. But in this series, we are going to build our understanding from the ground up. We will start with the simplest approach, see what problem it solves, and then gradually understand why we need more advanced approaches as our application grows. By the end of this series, you will understand how we got from a simpler Angular service to a more structured solutions like NGRX, and more importantly, when you actually need them. So let's start with the simplest approach, that is Angular service, and we are going to build it using an actual Angular code. So I have created this basic e-commerce application called ShopEasy and added this product component. In this component, we have cart items list and one method to add the products in this list. When the user clicks add to cart, the product is added to the cart items array. This works perfectly fine. The state belongs to the product component and only the product component needs that state. So at this point, we don't need a service. But now imagine we add a new requirement. Like the other e-commerce applications, we could see at header we have cart icon and the cart items count here. So similarly, we will add one new header component where we will display the same cart count, and we will remove the cart display from product component because ideally we don't need to display the count here. We will need this cart count to send API call to save in DB. So here in the header component, we will try like this. The problem is the header component doesn't have access to the cart items. That's why we are having this error. That is belong to the product component. This could be solved by using input and output properties, but as more components need the cart, this becomes harder to manage. So instead, let's move the shared cart items into a service. We will create a service called cart items, and inside it, we will get some code here. This will be the by default code. There are two important things here. First, at that injectable, this tells Angular that this class can participate in Angular's dependency injection system, and provided in root, this tells Angular to provide this service at the root level. For our application, this gives us a one shared service instance that components can inject. Now, the important part. We will move the cart out of the product component. The cart now belongs to the cart service. So let's update our product component to access the cart items from this service. We have to inject the service in this component. We will go to the constructor and inject this cart service in the product component. Now our add to cart method can use this service. We will change this method. Now we can access these cart items from the cart service. Notice what changed. The product component no longer owns the cart. It using the cart that belongs to the service. Now let's look at the header component. We can inject the same service here also. We will add the cart service in the constructor and in the template, and we can get the cart items length from the cart service. Now both components are using the same service. The product component add the cart and header component reads the cart count from the same cart service. This is the key idea behind using a service from shared state. We have moved the state to a place that multiple components can access. But now we can improve our code a little more. Right now the product component is directly modifying the services array. So instead, let's make the service responsible for changing its own state. Inside this cart service, we will create a add to cart method, and we call that method from the product component. Now the product component doesn't need to know how the cart is modified. It simply calls the service. This is much cleaner separation of responsibility. The product component says, hey, add this product to the cart, and the cart service decides how to add in the cart. Now the service contains both the state and the operation that change the state. But there is still a problem with approach we have built. Our cart service gives multiple component access to the same cart, but the cart is still just a normal array. So imagine product components add the product to the cart. The cart had changed, but how do you tell every component that's using this cart that hey, state had changed and update yourself? And as our application grows, we don't want every component manually checking whether the cart has changed. We need a way for components to automatically react when shared state changes. That's the problem we will solve in the next video. We will take this exact same cart service and use RxJS to turn our shared cart into a reactive stream. So instead of components simply reading the state, they will be able to react when the state changes automatically. That's where RxJS starts become useful. If you understood till here and find useful, like and hit subscribe button. It helps me to create more such videos for you, and it also let you know when the next part is available. We'll catch up in the next video, and thanks for watching.